Hi guys, so I'm just coming from you. I'm getting ready to import the video you're about to watch, and I was a little bit too excited. So I want to apologize for this video, and please don't unsubscribe because it's all over the place. But I was just very excited, and I think it's genuinely possible that you'll see that. So I feel like David from Schitt's Creek sometimes, so without any further ado, let's get into it. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited about this video. So normally my unboxings, I do my story time first and then I unbox the item, but I'm really excited. Before I do get started though, first things first, bag of the week, as you can see over here, my Speedy 30 bandolier in Damier Ben. This is my first designer handbag, and I love her. I have an organizer in her, so she has a little bit of a slouch, but not too much. I also have a base for it, but it gives it too much structure. So I like this look. Just a little bit of slouch, not too much. Love. So, this bag is a true unboxing. I have not looked at it. I don't like watching videos where people have already unboxed them, so I try not to make those. So as you can see here, still sealed. And for those of you in the know, probably know where this is from. So this is a Fashionphile unboxing. I'm hoping that the item is what I want, and I hope that it's something I don't want to return. I've only returned one item to Fashionphile, and it was a Lady Dior bag. It just had a little bit more wear than I was comfortable with for the price that I paid. Fashionphile is my favorite. I talk about them probably in every video ever. They represented the listing just fine. Just seeing it in person, I wasn't as pleased with it, and I didn't think I would use it as much as I wanted to for the price that it cost. So this is a bag that's been on my wish list for a while, and ironically, this is kind of a hint. I wanted it ever since I bought this bag. As soon as I opened this one, I wanted this one as well. And there's still another one like this I want, but I wanted this exact model. I was gonna buy it new at one point, but then I thought, let's buy vintage, because typically these bags vintage, you can get a pretty substantial discount. Then I decided I wanted a bag that was vintage, because they're made better. And I have seen that in some of my other Louis Vuitton bags, and this bag is also special because while I decided I wanted a vintage bag, I also decided that that meant I wanted a birthday bag. So I wanted a bag from my birth year, and I'd love to get one from the month and year, but that's going to be too hard. So I was okay with just the year. And my birth year is 1993. And I have been searching and searching and searching for 2 years. And I see 91, 92, 94, and 95 all the time. I have never seen a 93 in any bag, let alone this one. So when this popped up on Fashionphile, in the condition it appeared to be in, from the pictures and the description, and the price was a little bit higher than I wanted to pay, and I'll go over all that here later. But everything else lined up, so I was okay paying a little bit more. I paid about $200 more than I really wanted to. But I will say the listing on Fashionphile only had like 3 or 4 pictures. I don't know if they're changing their format, but they used to have a ton of pictures. So the reason I'm a little hesitant is I just don't know the condition completely. Based off the photos they had, it looked great. So let's just go ahead and get into this because I am excited. Of course, I don't have a box opener, so I'm using a knockoff Cricut tool. And I will say, this box did come a little bit dented up on one side. So I hope everything's okay in there.
I'll probably cut this out because no one likes to watch this part.
And of course, when I'm cutting these open, I always try just to be very careful not to cut all the way through, because you just never know. Okay. Okay. Okay, and this is actually one of the smallest bags I've purchased from Fashionphile, so this box is way smaller than normal. So, we're gonna start here. I've cut the tape off, and of course, everyone recognizes this, and you can see the little peak of the confetti. I do love Fashionphile boxes because typically they have this piece of cardboard that covers the bag, so when you cut, if you accidentally cut through too far, you'll be fine. Okay. So, of course, you open it all the way up, you have the Fashionphile logos, and you have the item wrapped in tissue paper, and the famous sticker used is the new from Fashionphile. So, love that. So we'll look at that here in a second. I will say the amount of confetti is significantly less than normal. And then in here is, of course, the information on the item. I'm gonna open it because I don't remember exactly what I paid. I know roughly, so I want to tell you guys what I paid. So I will show you the receipt later, which is right here. Don't want to show anything. So here's just a thank you from Fashionphile, the shop sell repeat thing. And that's all that comes in this lovely little thing. So now we'll get into what we are all here for. Which I'm so excited. Okay. Normally they come wrapped in the dust bag. I know this one doesn't come with the factory dust bag, but here's how it came, so that's a little weird. So we'll pull the Fashionphile dust bag off for now. And as you probably guessed, it's another Speedy. Okay, get that out of my way. Here is a Speedy 25, not the bandolier, so it's just the regular Speedy. From 1993. This bag is 28 years old. And it smells good. I've never bought a bag this old before, so I'm a little bit nervous. So excuse me while I sniff it. It's stuck really well. God, this is in great condition, just at a first glance. Okay. So, and I don't know whoever owned this bag, if they just didn't use it very much. Maybe they had some of the vachetta replaced. I don't know. Because these handles look brand new. These look not honestly much more worn than some of my Louis Vuitton bags that are not this old. I mean, look at that. That glazing is still in contact perfectly. There is a little bit of oxidation around the brass rings, which I knew from the listing, and you could see it in the pictures, and it was mentioned in the listing. The only thing I think that maybe was replaced at one point is the zipper pull, because it definitely is a little bit brighter than like the little tab over here. But I mean, look at the hardware. I mean, this stuff looks really good for being almost 30 years old. And then of course you have the famous Fashionphile. Once you remove it, it's yours. And then of course the information about the bag. I'm not gonna remove that quite yet. Over here, it's gonna be hard to see because I don't have the right camera equipment, but it's Louis Vuitton, and this is a made in France piece. And over here, of course, you have where you would use the lock and lock it up. This does not come with a lock or key, which is fine because I don't use those. The zipper, smooth, you know, no weird tension, nothing funky. Like I said, I think maybe this tab was replaced at one point because it just looks a little bit newer, but that is, to me, is not a bad thing. To me, that's a good thing. That means someone cared enough about their bag to replace something that was either damaged or broken. The listing did mention some corner and edge wear, so I'm gonna glance it over here. And I do see a little bit, like on the vachetta, I think there's a little bit of where the seam is, it's a little bit funky. I don't think it's anything major. No canvas wear that I can see. Like on this side, you can tell like the vachetta is a little bit rubbed. But again, nothing that I see to be a huge major issue. A little bit of a chip in the leather right there. You know, these are all things that I just would expect of a bag that's 30 years old. Let me go ahead and have it stuffed really well. So I figure out how to. Okay, got this out. And we're just gonna take a quick glance at the inside. I know you're not going to be able to see in there whatsoever, but it's of course the brown canvas. It doesn't smell musty, but it does have a scent of just old, which I think you just kind of expect of a bag that's really old. So of course this is the model that doesn't have the zipper. It has the open slit, like this. Oh, this is a great way to show the color. So there's the color of the inside, the vachetta slit, and then on the inside, it's that coated material that a lot of people say, like, it's sticky and gross and peels off. And, you know, just quick rub on this. I mean, there's a little bit of wear on it. You can see a little bit of residue, but it's not sticky. It's not peeling off. You know, it's a pocket I wouldn't use anyway. The date code is VI 1923, and I did a search on this, and essentially that means the bag was made in France, and when this bag was made, the date codes were a little bit different than they are now. Every so many, like a block of period, they would change them. I'm never by no means an expert, but this means it was made in the 12th month of 1993. So this bag is from December of 1993. When I am filming this today, it is September 2021. So this bag will almost be 29 years old. So, God, I'm just so excited. So yeah, I will do a quick story time and I'll go over what I paid for it. I don't remember if I've said it before, so if I have, pretend you didn't know. So when I bought this bag was purchased brand new in 2019, I believe. Back when these were still like 15 something. With tax, I think it was about $1,600. I love the 30. I wanted the bandolier because I wanted the versatility of being able to wear it crossbody if I wanted to. Never have used it, so if I could go back, I would save the $400 or so and buy the regular version. I love the 30 size, but I also love the adorable smaller size of the 25. They're not that much different, but it's still different. I also really wanted a monogram 25. I also want a Azure 25, but I really wanted this because the very first Speedy, of course, was made for Audrey Hepburn, and she's one of my icons. If I can remember, I'm gonna insert a picture of one of my downstairs powder room in my home, and it's basically an ode to Audrey Hepburn. She liked the Keep-All, and she wanted a handbag version, so at the time, Louis Vuitton company made the Speedy 25 for her. It's kind of similar like the Alma, which is also on my wish list, though I would probably never use it, so it's not top on my list. It was made for Coco Chanel, and I think that's really fun. Well, the 25 monogram is what was made for Audrey Hepburn. So, you know I had to have one at some point. So, we have one. And we're excited about her. You have no idea. Well, when I started to look, though, when I decided I wanted to buy a pre-loved one, I was finding them, and granted, this was over a year ago, between $500 to $700 for a vintage one, just depending on the condition. I wanted to be closer to the $5. I was okay buying something that had a little bit more wear at the time. But then when I discovered I really wanted a birthier bag, that's when I decided not to settle. So that's why it's taken so long to find this. And again, I kind of wanted to stay between $500 to $600. But after doing some research, when this one popped up, I didn't care. I spent $870. So it was about $200 more than where I really wanted to be, but for the perfect bag, for what the condition looked like. You know, the listing didn't indicate any like bad odors, which I would agree. This smells a little bit old, which is normal, and I'll put some of my charcoal packs in here and that should take care of it. You know, there's no cracks in the canvas. The canvas doesn't appear to be peeling. The pocket lining on the inside, since this is the older model, that pocket isn't peeling. There's no cracks in the canvas. I don't see any cracks in the leather. Like I said, I see a few nicks in the leather, but no cracks. These little side tabs are not sticking out. Even in the photos, you couldn't see the pull tab, but you could tell it was brighter, so I assumed it was probably replaced. You know, I was a little concerned about this because the coloring, but that's an old bag. This is a 30-year-old bag. So you're gonna get what you're gonna get, right? But the handles, there's no peeling, there's no major nicks. Actually, I don't see any nicks. These handles are in better shape than my Turin handles were. The chaps, it's not a ton of wear. I mean, there's wear, but it's not like I'm worried about it falling off. There's no stitching coming off. There's no pop stitches anywhere. This bag, would never guess it was as old as it is. So, in love. I'm gonna go show my husband because he's really excited about it too. And I will come back and end the video. Okay, so I just ran upstairs, so I'm out of breath. He's still on a work call. So it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I usually work between 4 and 4:30. And this box was sitting by my workstation, which is right in front of the camera, since noon, and I just kept staring at it. So I'm sorry, this video is going to be all over the place, but do we love her? Because even though she costs more than I wanted to spend on it, I think I'm in love. I mean, hello. Is she beautiful? She's lovely. I'm in love. It's like, you would think mommy, baby, but really this is old. So this is mommy and this is baby. So I'll do just a quick comparison. Why not, right? So this is my bag of the week, as we already discovered. So there's a bunch of junk in here. But I have an organizer, as you can see, and I described earlier. So, of course, the new models have this red lining inside. Okay, there, perfect. The new models have the red lining, and it has the interior pocket that is a zipper, and then the inside is the same fabric. So let me see if I can pull it out. Yeah. So, same thing. It's the uncoated canvas, and instead of just being the slip pocket, like in the old version, and then the inside is the same material, so it's not the coated, so there's no peeling issues. But I like this version better because it has a zipper. So, you know, one thing I do like about the new version, and I love the red interior. I think it's beautiful, as opposed to the brown interior, which is still pretty. And actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the new model has the brown interior in the monogram. I think it's just the Eben that has the red. So, I could be lying to you, and I'm sorry if I am. At least I'll admit it. But, yeah, so, and actually, I'm gonna look here, and I'm gonna look at the date stamp on this one. So this is AA, so this one was made in France, yes. 37th week of 2020. So actually I bought this bag last year. I guess I haven't had it as long as I thought. So this one is from 2020. So this one is far newer than this. But they're just so beautiful. So, well, I am excited. The only thing I'm a little nervous about is I've heard, and I remember when I bought this one, I wasn't sure about size, and I bought it because all the reviews I read said this one is so much easier to get stuff in and out of. Of course, the opening on this is much smaller, and we all saw me struggle to, you know, get the stuffing out of here. So who knows? This is about the same size as my Coach Outlet Rowan satchels. So good size, can't carry quite as much. I already know that. I may have to use like my smaller Coach wallet with this bag because it'll slip in and out a little bit easier. I'll do a what fits and a comparison once I use it. I ordered a organizer from Amazon. And I know some people, I see YouTube videos of people talking like they don't like the Amazon organizers. I'm new to the community, so I don't know what that means. I don't know what's bad about them. That's what this one is. I actually have 2 of these because I don't really know why. I think I ordered 2 on accident. So in this one, when I bought it, as you can see, it's tan because they were out of the red. And the red was out of stock and I just needed one. I kind of like it though. It's easy to see. It reflects light. I ordered the same color in the 25 size for this bad boy. So when I get that, we'll load her up and stuff. And yes, there are crackers in there. So yeah, so I'm really excited. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you. I know this is probably the worst video ever because I just genuinely am too excited to focus and maintain any track. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you like this content. I do want to say I read your comments, and I read through, and on one of my recent videos, I had a comment, and I believe it was on my Tate carry-all from Coach, do like a what fits or what's in my bag. So I'm actually going to do that. It's on my list. I have a notebook where I have lists of videos. So if you were the one that commented that, I can't remember who did it. I don't have it available right now while filming. Just know that I'm going to do that. I think that sounds really fun. And I think I may actually combine it with a what fits in the Rogue 25 since they're very similar size bags. So that will be coming. Very excited. Let me know if there's anything you want to see regarding either of these 2 lovely items because I want to film videos. I of course will give this bag a really good once over before I make my decision and snip the tag. But I don't see any reason why I would not keep this beautiful little thing. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and we will see you next time. Bye.